Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are seeing me and hearing me okay. My name is Mariana Ferreira. I'm here with my colleagues Ana Solange Leal and Tiago Carvalho, and we are part of the Innova team. Innova is one of the Portuguese partners from the ENFIELD project, and we are currently managing and overseeing the open call processes. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for your availability. Hopefully, you can get some interesting and helpful insights from today's webinar. Uh, are you seeing my screen? Can I get a confirmation for that?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So before we start, I just wanted to let you know that this session is being recorded. So if you want to shut down your cameras, this would be the best the best time to do so. This webinar will be recorded and then uploaded to our website so that other potential candidates can see it after this. So for this webinar, what we intend is to, first of all, give you a short introduction on the ENFIELD project, just how it all started, some of the background, some of the most important aspects of the project, and then we will have a thorough presentation of the scientific challenges that we are proposing for this third exchange scheme open call. After this, we will navigate a little bit on the open call application procedure, so how to apply, understand a little bit about the eligibility criteria and the evaluation process, and then we have a Q&A session. Keep in mind that the Q&A section here on the top part of Teams is open. So throughout the presentation, if you have any questions either for us or for the challenge coordinators, please feel free to do so. However, if you have questions related to the challenges, please use the corresponding code, for example, Green AI 0.3. So a little bit about the project. The project is called ENFIELD, European Lighthouse to Manifest Trustworthy and Green AI. ENFIELD is set to create a unique European center of excellence that excels the fundamental research in areas that are new, strategic, and of paramount importance to successful AI development, deployment, and acceptance throughout all of Europe. A little bit about the background. So the ENFIELD project came to be to answer the call for a human-centered and ethical development of digital and industrial technologies within the topic of European network of AI excellence centers, expanding the European AI lighthouse. As such, ENFIELD started in September 2023 and is set to conclude in September 2026. And with a total budget of around 11.5 million euros, is then set to establish this distinctive European center that I was talking about earlier that will help establish the European AI lighthouse, uniting research efforts to reduce fragmentation, to attract investment, and position Europe as a global AI leader. And so the fundamental research areas of ENFIELD are adaptive green, human-centric, and trustworthy AI, which we are representing in the form of pillars. And corresponding to these, we have four verticals referring to industry sectors like energy, healthcare, manufacturing, and space. And by conducting high-level research aligned with these challenges in these industrial areas, ENFIELD aims to strengthen the EU's competitive position in AI, as I was mentioning earlier. So about the project partners, the ENFIELD consortium is composed by 30 partners from 18 different countries, including top-level education and research organizations, large-scale businesses, SMEs, and public sector representatives. And you can also get some more information about our partners in our website. So how do we expect to attain the INFIELD's goals? So to reach INFIELD's ambitious goals, the project intends to attract the best talents, technologies, and resources from world-class research and industry players in Europe by holding 6 open calls. These are divided in exchange schemes and innovation schemes. The third-party exchange schemes intend to provide support to a total of 76 top-level researchers to conduct foundational research activities related to specific scientific challenges in artificial intelligence. And for these, we have 4 open calls. As for the third-party innovation schemes, the project intends to provide support to at least 18 small-scale projects from R&D institutions to conduct applied research to answer specific technical challenges. And for these, we have 2 open calls. So as you may know, we are currently in our third open call. We had 2 before this one, and we will have another one later on this year. The third open call started in February and will be closed very soon on the 14th of April of this year. So stay tuned for that. So as for the number of challenges that we have for this open call, we have a total of 31 challenges, and these are obviously divided by the pillars and the verticals. For adaptive AI, we have 9. We have 7 for green AI, 3 for human-centric AI, 3 for human-centric AI, and 7 for trustworthy AI. And then for the verticals, we have 2 for manufacturing and 3 for space. So now for the challenges, I will give the floor to each of the pillar and vertical coordinators. We will be starting with adaptive AI. The coordinator is IMT, and that I will then give the floor to them.
Hello, thank you, Mariana. So the adaptive AI pillar focuses on the development of AI approaches that are adaptive to changing conditions. And we have 3 research areas. The first is adaptive AI on the edge, meaning mostly adaptive AI regarding challenges in efficiency, adaptability, and robustness, resource-constrained dynamic environments. So this would include anything you can imagine related to current approaches in deep learning, on multimodal data fusion, model optimization, and so on, but from the prism of deploying these models on the edge. So we have 5 topics around this area that are proposed. All of these topics are proposed by Telecom Paris, which is one of the institutions within IMT. And so we have using multimodal data fusion to enable context-aware adaptive AI for real-time monitoring, optimizing decision-making in dynamic environments. And I add the precision that if you have questions on those, the people who've proposed them are also in the participants. So we'll be able to let them answer your questions afterwards on the specifics of the topics. The second one is the development of learned compression and real-time AI processing for adaptive multimodal applications. The third is developing AI models that perform efficiently in resource-constrained edge devices, balancing performance and resources. The fourth relates to optimizing LLMs for edge deployment. And the last around building AI models capable of generalizing across tasks, particularly regarding the integration of multimodal data for adaptive and context-aware reasoning. So very broad array here of topics on AI on the edge applications. And yeah, as I mentioned, specific questions can be answered by the people coordinating those topics. Next slide, please. Our second research area is adaptive robustness and trustworthiness. So this would mainly focus on specific aspects of adaptive AI approaches that contribute to improving robustness and trustworthiness, including aspects related to uncertainty management. For this specific call, we're actually targeting the mobility topics on collaboration with the healthcare vertical of the project. And so we have two topics that focus on healthcare applications for robust adaptive AI. The first is a topic related to large-scale biomedical entity linking. So this is an application of AI, specifically, knowledge engineering crossed with AI to biomedical informatics in the context of entity linking, and specifically on the larger scale, meaning that we don't have annotated data, we don't have annotated resources for a lot of biomedical ontologies. And if we want to annotate and extract information from medical text using these, we need new approaches because beyond the current approaches that rely on established resources, there isn't much for all those other reference ontologies that are widely used, where we cannot exploit state-of-the-art tools. Second topic is related to adaptive digital twins for healthcare organizations, particularly applied in the context of more robust security and resilience to unforeseen circumstances. So very different approach, also healthcare, but from a very different perspective here, simulation, digital twin of healthcare organizations. Then moving on to our last research area, which is brain-inspired adaptive AI. And these topics are mainly proposed by TU Eindhoven, who leads this research area. And they have two topics. The first dealing with the design of algorithms based on foundational models with the objective of making them more parameter efficient. And the second on making foundational models more robust and able to generalize within a specific modality or across modalities. So here again, very broad selection of topics. If you have any questions on these, I encourage you to write questions, and the actual proposers would be able to give you more specific details in case you need them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then we will move on to the Green AI challenges. The coordinator is Sintef. I will then give the floor to Sintef to present the challenges.
Yes, hello. So my name is Erik Jonas. I'm from Sintef in Norway. And
just one second. I'm not quite sure if it's my problem, but I'm not.
It's not. We are not able to hear Eric. So Eric, I don't know if you have an issue.
Okay. I'll try to. That's very strange.
I'm not sure if I was the only one, but I'm hearing Eric all pitched.
We also.
No, you're not the only one. I'm hearing that as well.
Okay, so let's just wait a few seconds. Let's see if we can solve the problem. Yeah, sure, Eric. Yes, we can come back to the green pillar, of course.
Marianne, your microphone is muted.
Apologies for that. Okay, Eric, yes, we will move on to the trustworthy AI challenges now, which are coordinated by NT and you, and then we will get back to the green AI challenges. I give the floor then to our partners.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. So in Trustworthy AI, we have 7 research topics that consist of 3 research areas, let's say. So starting from the research areas that are quite broad and all the research topics, different research topics belongs to, we have 3 main research areas: the security of AI systems, the privacy and compliance of all systems, of AI systems, and AI in distributed systems. So within these 3 research areas, we have 7 research topics, starting with the first one we can see here in the list, the security and robustness of AI system, where here we are going to deal with aspects related to security of AI models, adversarial attacks, adversarial machine learning defenses, what are the existing defenses and detection techniques, and so on and so forth. So the idea is to enhance the security and robustness of systems that use and leverage AI models. In the second research topic, which is the privacy and compliance of AI systems, we deal with aspects related to privacy and regulatory aspects. So among the different goals here are to enhance the privacy either in the data analysis that it is performed through the AI models, or the transmission of different data between different systems. So how to enhance, we can use cryptographic mechanisms to protect the data and the privacy of the data, and so on and so forth. And at the same time, of course, to explore the regulatory framework, what are the regulations and acts that should be followed and ensured and for our system in order to comply with. Then in the third research topic, which is the trustworthy ML-based scheduling for the energy domain, here we have a more focused, let's say, research topic that focuses on energy domain. And the idea is here to explore the trustworthiness of the data and the AI models that may be used in energy domain for data analysis or for performing specific actions and operations. And here the idea is also to leverage a digital twin to do some to explore the area and ensure the trustworthiness of these models that are used in energy domain. Then in the fourth research topic, we have the AI distributed system. Again, it's quite broad research topic. So in this topic, several aspects regarding the trustworthiness of AI system and actually of AI models that are applied in distributed systems and in complex architectures will be explored, and how to enhance the trustworthiness by design in order to enhance the overall trustworthiness of complex systems that leverage or employ AI models. In the fifth research topic, we have the assessing trustworthiness of distributed AI system. Similarly to the previous one, again, we deal with topics among the research goals and outcomes are to enhance the trustworthiness by design of systems that use AI models and maybe web systems that leverage such models. So how to ensure that the outcome or the actions performed are trustworthy and produce the expected outcomes for our system. And then we have the last two research topic, which is the sixth one. The sixth is the brain-to-speech interface from neural signals to communication restoration. This is a more specific research topic. So here, among the goals are to explore different AI models that are used for speech recognition or perform a literature review of brain-to-speech technologies. What are the existing models that are used, and how we can, let's say, build models or real-time systems that connect brain signals to synthesized speech for practical use aspects. And in the last research topic, which is about entitled is secure voice biometric with face voice detection. Here actually is among the scientific challenges and goals are to develop different AI models to enhance the security and trustworthiness of voice biometrics. Protect sensitive voice data. Again, we may have some privacy aspects here, and deal with different attacks or threats such as voice spoofing, and how we can detect and mitigate threats such as voice spoofing or fake voice samples and so on and so forth. Next slide, please. So yes, as we discussed before, these 7 research topics belong into different, let's say, types of challenges. In the first one, we have open challenges that are aligned with 3 research areas. And what are these? Are the security of robustness of AI systems, the privacy and compliance of AI system, and AI in distributed systems. So here we can see some more general topics with different research objectives that can be explored. And at the same time, the second type is more specific challenges, and particularly are challenges that focusing such as in energy domain that we discussed, or in complex distributed systems, AI system, or the last 2 that we discussed regarding the brain-to-speech interface and the secure voice biometrics with fake voice detection. So this is a brief overview, let's say, of the research topics for the trustworthy AI. And if you have any question, we can answer them today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gorgios. Maybe should we try again, Eric?
Yes, let's try again. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Yes, perfectly.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect.
Go ahead.
Yes, so again, my name is Erik Jonas Husum. I'm from SINTEF in Norway, and I'm presenting the Green AI challenges. So Green AI, it's all about addressing the environmental footprint of AI by reducing the amount of resources needed to develop and deploy such systems. And that can be done in many different ways. It can be everything from using better algorithms to train models, using less data, or optimizing existing models. But it's important to note that making AI more sustainable is not only about improving the direct technical approaches, which is why I've made this diagram to the right in the slide, trying to highlight 3 different aspects of green AI that we attempt to address through the 7 challenges that we have. So the first aspect is measuring and monitoring, which is arguably the foundation for many activities in the field of green AI. To be able to actually get reliable, accurate metrics of resource consumption of AI systems, that is crucial, and it's surprisingly difficult in many scenarios. Often the most direct measure is energy consumption, but there are also other metrics that can be very useful when assessing and analyzing the needed resources for developing and deploying AI. So the first of all our challenges, green AI metrics, this one falls specifically into the measuring and monitoring aspect, where we focus on, or we want to develop standardized metrics to measure the environmental impact of AI in different ways throughout the full life cycle or parts of the life cycle. And there is a particular emphasis on filling gaps in existing available tools. So while the metrics gives us a foundation to study novel technical approaches, and that is the second aspect, That can include developing brand new techniques or perhaps more often optimizing existing methods for energy efficiency. So traditionally, AI has been centered around obtaining the highest performance possible. But with green AI, we also want to bring energy efficiency into the equation and to have a balance between the cost and the performance of AI models. And then we have really, I would say, 5 challenges that falls within this aspect. But some of them are also overlapping with measuring and monitoring because they may require some work in actually measure the energy consumption of the proposed methods. And now I won't have time to go into the details of each challenge, but I'll say a few words about each. So challenge number 2 is physics-informed machine learning, where we want to leverage domain knowledge from physical theory or other formalized prior knowledge that can in various ways be exploited during the model development and training, and then potentially reduce the environmental impact while maintaining or even improving performance of the models. We have a challenge number 4, which is about green generative language models, or green LLMs. And generative AI is really the most resource demanding AI that we have. And especially with the large scale adoption we have seen the last few years, it's really crucial to address the energy efficiency in this domain. And this is a very broad challenge, so it's open for any project that aims to assess or improve the energy efficiency of LLMs. Challenge number 5 is also about LLMs, but more specifically within the domain of software engineering, as programming is really one of the most popular use cases of LLMs, and we want to explore ways of reducing the costs of such tasks. Then we have 2 more challenges in this novel technical approaches aspect. That is number 6, green world models, where we want to explore energy efficient approaches to using foundation models for example, building digital twins or creating efficient methodologies for fine-tuning and deploying foundation models. But it could also be about creating hybrid frameworks where you integrate neural models with rule-based formalisms and in different ways reduce the computational costs of using these more complex systems, AI systems. And then challenge 7 is about cooperative multi-agent green AI. And that is very concisely said, it's energy efficient AI agents. And that is also a very broad challenge. So any project that wants to explore how to efficiently use AI or multi-agent AI systems is welcome in this challenge. And then lastly, turning to the third aspect of my diagram, it's policy and governance. So the truth is that more energy efficient AI is not enough to really reduce the footprint of AI, because more efficient systems can lead to more increased use because the costs are reduced. So overall, one might end up with a higher overall consumption, even though we have more efficient systems. So that is one of the reasons why we also want to look at policy and governance, and because we think it's a critical element to achieve more sustainable AI. And we have a specific challenge for this, number 3, that is the policy landscape of green AI, where we want to examine the regulatory framework, potential blind spots and loopholes in the current regulations, and also develop some policy recommendations for more environmental friendly AI systems. So then I think you can go to the next slide, where I try to summarize the research opportunities within our pillar. So there are several cross-cutting themes here. One is regarding the green AI metrics, developing standardized metrics for measuring the environmental impact in different ways, developing methods to reduce the computational needs and resource consumption of AI, and then lastly, assessing and contributing to policy frameworks for sustainable AI development. And the expected outcomes of all of this includes publications in top venues, also open source tools, software, models, algorithms, and datasets, benchmarks that can help us compare energy efficiency across models and tasks. Also, of course, novel optimization techniques or new approaches for more efficient AI, and then also policy recommendations that can help us guide us towards more sustainable use of AI. And lastly, I just want to say, if you read the challenge descriptions and you're unsure on whether your project is a good fit or not, I encourage you to either apply anyway or contact us with a question regarding your project, because many of these challenges have a quite broad scope and we're open for many kinds of projects. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Eric. We will now move on to human-centric AI. Oh, sorry, not this one, this one. The human-centric AI challenges, which are coordinated by TUE, and I will then give the floor to our partners.
Hello, everybody. My name is Adina Florea. I am of University Polytechnica of Bucharest. Polytechnica Bucharest is the co-coordinator of the human-centric AI pillar together with Technical University of Eindhoven. So in our human-centric AI pillar, we develop practical techniques and methods for AI-based decision-making systems. We are specially focusing on designing models that clearly explain their decision. We develop evaluation models for different user groups, and we test the systems and the models that we develop in real-world scenarios. What we are also interested in, and we are working on it, is the integration of data-driven approaches with domain expertise to enhance interpretability, transparency, and trustworthiness for specialists. So in a nutshell, our pillar is about explainability and transparency of the black box models that are currently dominated AI. In this pillar, we have 4 research areas to which we devote our efforts. First one, novel explainable AI methods for decision making. Then methodologies for evaluating human AI shared decision making. Third, interpretable data-driven decision support systems. And the last one, societal impacts of AI-aided decision making. For this call, we have 3 challenges that are open to prospective participants. The first one is interpretability and uncertainty in predictive models. This challenge is focused on developing new models that integrate interpretability and uncertainty quantification, thus enhancing explanations and predictions that are faithful. This also would explore and extend existing methodologies for different prediction tasks. And this will be focused on telecom applications. And we look to create metrics and evaluate real-world applications to assess how interpretability influence user trust and the usability of critical systems. This challenge is hosted by Telenor Research and Innovation, and it expects to produce improved machine learning algorithms for prediction tasks, the demonstration of reliability in real-world cases, and also publishing findings in high-impact conference or journals. The second challenge is improving transparency and explainability of web-based AI systems through semi-structured natural language descriptions. And this challenge is supposed to lead to the creation of distributed, trustworthy by design AI system. And this is a very important concept nowadays. The challenge implies also to develop suitable semi-structured natural language representation and co-design the obtained models with a visual modeling approach, natural language processing and AI algorithms to automate this entire process. This challenge is hosted by Chemnitz University of Technology, and it is supposed to lead to a new methods for architectural trust modeling in complex distributed systems, a method for natural language-based representation by focusing on trustworthiness in web-based systems, and a prototype demonstrating the method through integration with the visual modeling editors. And of course, publishing findings in a high impact conference or journal, at least one publication. Next slide, please. The third challenge is dedicated to explainable AI for multimodal and sequential data analysis with two focus topics, that means one of the two, in physical or in chemical processes. So this challenge is very much focused on explainable AI to design machine learning models that are incorporating mechanisms for feature attribution, counterfactual analysis, and other side techniques that are adapted for data coming from physical or chemical processing. Another challenge is to create synthetic data sets from domain-relevant models to establish the ground truth for everything that we are doing regarding explainability, but also involve domain experts in the evaluation of explainability frameworks to assess the relevance, clarity, and utility of the generated explanation. Because explainability has always to be evaluated both from the technical point of view by the engineers, but also for the users towards this transparency of the AI system is dedicated. Now, the expected results for this challenge are explainable AI algorithms specifically designed for sequential and multimodal data, which integrates domain knowledge to complex interdependent features. Also, an open source framework and a benchmark offering comprehensive datasets and reusable tools to support explainable AI for sequence and multimodal data analysis. And as the other two previous topics, publish findings in a top-tier journal or conference in machine learning, artificial intelligence, or in the one of the two application domains that are proposed, namely material science. What I would like to mention is that considering the feedback we received from previous participants in the test open calls 1 and 2, the feedback was really positive, both from the point of view of participants and also from the point of view of the receiving organizations. So we are open for questions either now or by email after you have read in details the description of challenges that are available on ENFIELD website. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adina. Let's then move on to our industrial innovation areas. In this case, the vertical manufacturing, which is coordinated by Pauline. Please go ahead.
Okay, here am I. So Walter Quadrini from Polytechnic di Milano, and as per manufacturing industrial domain, we have proposed two challenges for this TES round. Both of them are centered over the factory and the production, and both of them are human-centric, so responding to what is nowadays called in some communities Industry 5.0. So basically, the first one is devoted to the development of a framework for the human detection and the human-robot interaction against the phenomenon of domain shift, while the second one is devoted to some machine learning application devoted to the detection of stress in operators based on measurements coming from wearable devices. If you can move to next slide, please. So with respect to the first challenge, the research activities will involve the investigation of the existing approach and the proposition of a novel framework. Just as a reminder, this domain shift in computer vision is quite on its hot topic. And then we will have so the researcher winning this call is also supposed to test the results against a domain shift. So basically, we will move the set of the workplace in different environments just to test the performances. As an expected result and publishable results is expected visual domain agnostic model development, which is supposed to be shared with the community with at least one peer-reviewed journal publication. For the second challenge, we expect from the winner the design and implementation of a model able to detect different types of stress and strains. In particular, a special focus and a special care should be also devoted to contextualizing this model and its procedure within the compliance with the current regulations. As per an expected result, we expect the researcher to be able to draft a model able to extract some knowledge starting from different signals from wearable devices and basically clustering these stress statuses according to the presence or absence of stress and the type of stress experienced. Also, in this case, is expected at least one journal publication, and I would take also the opportunity of this webinar to inform the potential applicants that the publication plan is one of the main drivers that as manufacturing domain we are going to evaluate. If there is, I will answer in the chat for any other possible question or inquiry, and otherwise in the question and answer session, and we will also be available online. Oh, both the challenge will be hosted by our institution in Milan.
Thank you very much, Walter. We will then move on to our final vertical, our industry innovation area, which is space, and it's coordinated by ECOE. Please, Stelios, go ahead.
Hello to everyone. I am Stelios Mavrididis. I'm a researcher at the Radosounis Center of Excellence, and we are responsible for the space vertical at ENFIELD project, where we are mostly working on the application of artificial intelligence on Earth observation and aerospace systems. We have proposed three challenges for this TES call. The first challenge, the synthetic data set generation of foreign object debris on runways and FATOs, is proposed by our partners Boeing, and it has to do with the detection of debris that can cause problems and issues at runways and final approach and takeoff areas at airports, heliports, and vertiport operations. The main contribution that we are looking for is the generation of a data set using 3D simulation tools. The second and the third challenges are proposed by us at the Center of Excellence. The VS2 challenge has to do with the detection of potential water illegal abstractions using AI and Earth observation data. As we all know, Mediterranean region is characterized by water scarcity, and thus the proper monitoring of water resources is a priority. In the area, we are facing a lot the issue of water illegal abstractions from water wells, usually near agricultural areas. And we want the contribution of supervised or unsupervised AI solutions for Earth observation data for the detection of such activities. And the third challenge, the VS3, is entitled as a causal machine learning model to identify agricultural practices aiding in yield productivity improvement using Earth observation data. So the context behind this challenge is that agricultural practices or environmental conditions are having a direct effect on the yield productivity. So by ensuring the productivity of our fields, we can ensure that we will not face food security issues in the near future. So the main contribution that we are looking for is the application of causal machine learning on Earth observation and meteorological data to calculate the causal average treatment effect of practices or environmental factors on yield. The main expected outcomes that we are looking for are data sets or AI models for each one of the three challenges, and of course, one journal publication and high impact factor journals. And of course, any conference participation is more than welcome from the selected researchers or research groups. So that's all from me, and thank you very much for hosting me today.
Thank you very much, Stelios. Then we have reached the final of the presentation of the challenges. You can find the detailed description of each one of the challenges in the catalog of challenges, which is in our dedicated page for the third open call on our website. And obviously, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. We will then move on to what we believe is another important stage of this process, which is the application, the eligibility and evaluation process. So as you know, we are on our third open call. Each of the funded researchers will have a mobility allowance of 2,400 euros per month, and this is per month and per researcher, meaning that if it's a group, each of the researchers will be receiving this mobility allowance. We are expecting to grant 19 proposals, and the duration of the activities is a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 6 months. And there's also a deadline to finish all of the activities, which is the 31st of May of next year of 2026. As you know, this call is closing very soon on the 14th of April, so stay tuned for that. And as I mentioned earlier as well, we will be having another open call later on this year. So for the eligibility, who can apply to our call? So this call is dedicated to PhD candidates, postdocs, and senior researchers from EU member states or Horizon Europe associated countries. You can also find the list for these on our website. Employed at academic or research organizations and not part of the ENFIELD consortium, of course, so as to not have any conflict of interest. For the application, you can apply individually or in a group, and if it's a group, it has a specific composition of 2 researchers, so it has to be 1 PhD candidate, mandatory, and then 1 postdoc or senior researcher. On how to apply. So the submissions will be done exclusively via our EU survey forms. You can scan the QR code if you're interested in checking the forms right now. You should answer all of the mandatory questions. Please pay attention to that. Accept the terms and conditions and submit the technical annex in the 2-minute presentation video. These aspects I will explain a little bit more in detail right ahead, and then submit your proposal until the 14th of April, 17 CET. So please keep in mind that we will not be accepting any proposals that come after this deadline. So on how to apply. First of all, on the forums, you will find an indication of the type of application. So if you're applying individually, we will be asking for your personal details. However, if you're applying as a group application, we will be asking for the group representatives or group leaders information. Then you will be choosing the challenge that you would like to work on. And then depending on the challenge you select, you might have to choose or show your preference for the host institutions available for the challenge. So you see those little arrows, blue arrows there. You will have to move them up and down to then show your preference of a host institution. As for the technical annex, this is one of the documents that you will have to upload. This is one of the most important documents. Please make sure to fill it in a concise and clear manner. You will have to, first of all, identify the challenge and then write your proposal title. For the proposal abstract, please make sure to mention the main objectives, the activities, the expected results, and above all, what is the European added value of your research proposal. As for the novelty of the proposal, we need to understand if your research proposal is beyond the state of art. Is it innovative? Is it new? As for the scientific approach, we need a detailed description of the methods and the methodology that you intend to apply to your research. As for the dissemination and communication, this is important for us to know how are you intending to disseminate the results of your research. Is it through presentations, publications, events, and even beyond the project? What are you planning? And then finally, the research or group of researchers' expertise in the field of research. So we need a description of the competences and the skills of either the researcher or the members of the group. Please do not exceed the limit of characters. Pay attention to this, and also do not modify the template and formatting. As for the video submission, why do we ask for a video? So the researcher or the group of researchers should present themselves and address the motivation for the application to this call. As such, the video is short and it should be simple. The question that you might want to guide yourself with is what motivated the researcher or research group to pursue this particular opportunity. So this video has a maximum duration of 2 minutes. It should be conducted in the English language, and you should provide the link to the video extension. This means that you will be asked for the URL of the platform where you're hosting the video, such as YouTube or Vimeo or any other that you find suitable. As for the evaluation process, so an initial eligibility verification will be done by us, by Innova, to filter out and discard non-eligible proposals. So proposals marked as non-eligible will get a rejection letter with a justification, but no additional feedback on the process will be given. Proposals considered eligible will move on to the evaluation phase, and this evaluation will be done remotely by 3 senior researchers from ENFIELD partner scientific organizations and move on to the signature phase. Then these are the criteria for the remote evaluation. We have advanced state of the art, meaning the extent to which the proposal is beyond the state of the art and presents an innovative approach behind it. Secondly, scientific approach, meaning the feasibility of the proposed research methodology and working arrangements. And thirdly, we have dissemination and communication, meaning the effectiveness of the proposed measures to exploit and disseminate the project results. And finally, technical and creative capacities, which are the demonstration of competences and skills of the candidate, and then the track record of the candidate and the team in scientific publications and similar projects. The final score, including for each criterion, is the average of 3 evaluations provided by the 3 senior experts. The threshold for each criterion is 3. Therefore, the overall score threshold is 12. This indicates that if a proposal scores less than 3 in any criterion or an overall score less than 12, the proposal is automatically rejected. The advanced state-of-the-art criterion is given a weight of 1.5 to determine the final ranking. So after this, the evaluators will be holding a consensus meeting to prepare a single consensus evaluation report for each of the proposals, which represents the opinions and scores on which they have agreed upon and on which they will sign. The ranking list and selection of applicants will be determined by consensus. If this consensus is not possible, then a majority vote of 2 out of 3 will be used. So this is all from us. You can use the Q&A tab right now. You can open your mic and share your questions, but maybe, and obviously if you have any further inquiries after this session, you can also send it to us via enfield.opencall at Innova Business. Because I will stop sharing my screen now. And maybe we can...
So,
yeah,
Mariana,
go ahead.
We have some questions for the trustworthy AI. So I ask Georgios, if possible, to clarify. The first question is, does AI in distributed systems include federated learning? I believe this belongs to challenge number 4.
Yes, it can be, of course, it can be considered federated learning as well in this research topic.
Okay. Then in a research topic within trustworthy AI number 5, can federated learning be considered?
Yes, similar to the previous one, it can be also considered in this research topic, federated learning, yes.
Okay. Concerning challenge number 3 under trustworthy AI, the question is, will battery innovation fit the topic for energy domain?
Could you...
Yes. Will battery innovation fit the topic of trustworthy ML-based scheduling for the energy domain?
This is something that we need to clarify with the partner who is involved also in this topic. So I think it's better maybe to send an email regarding that, or I'm not sure if the partner is in the call, because this is a topic. Let me check.
Is Maggioli and NT and you?
Yes, exactly, Maggioli. So we need to check with Maggioli as well if this can be included within this research topic.
Okay, so I ask Leah and Liu. So please send us this question via the general email that Mariana showed, so we can follow up and reply to you upon contacting Maggioli. Okay.
Yeah, happy to. Thank you.
Okay. Then we have a question for mobility. But Walter already replied in the chat, so I hope Shouty Tuitran is the question answer. The question was, the challenge requires not only the model implementation, but also data collection. And the answer is yes, but you plan to use other data sources. You can either provide data from any data under your disposal or leverage on open public data sets. If there are additional questions on this challenge, please shall add it to the Q&A. Okay, so then the questions we have are more on procedures. So to you, Mariana.
Yeah.
Okay, is a researcher from R&D SME eligible?
Okay, yeah, I'm checking that one right now. So is a researcher from R&D SME eligible? So My guess is that they either have to be enrolled in a university or a research center, and they have to fall in one of the categories. So either a PhD candidate or a postdoc or a senior researcher. So I'm not sure if that answers the question. Anna, do you have any?
So from R&D SMEs, they would have to be either a postdoc or a senior researcher employed in one of a business entity. Okay, but in this case, either the application would only be possible either or as a consortium in which you would have to enroll a PhD also, or as an individual. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Anna. I think we have another here. So we have this question about the funding mobility. Does this mean that the researcher has to relocate to the host institution for the duration of the project? No. So we usually this usually falls under a hybrid model. You do have a certain period that you would need to be in the host institution. However, it does not have to be the full duration of the exchange. This will be planned and agreed upon with your host institution in case your proposal is funded. So when you say senior researchers, does this include established academic and eligible universities? Yes, if you are a senior researcher and you can provide proof of this, then yes, you will be eligible. And I think I also had a question for budgeting. No, you are not, you don't need to mention the budget on the technical annex. It is good to have a detailed plan with the timing and milestones for your project, but you do not need to mention for the budgeting, because the budget that we give you is a mobility allowance. So that is the intended use of the budget. I see that we have some people with the hands up. I think the first one was Senet Ogus. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Please go ahead.
No problem. I want to ask a question related to human-centric AI. Let me say it here. Okay, there was a challenge, human-centric AI, point 3, explainable AI for multimodal and sequential data in physical and chemical processes. When we say physical processes, what we mean exactly? Is this something clearly explainable?
Yes, I shall answer that. The applicant that will have did this test will work with the receiving organization to specifically define the subject or the specific subdomain for this challenge. This is one thing. And the general idea is that it has to be, let's say, subsumed by material science domain.
Okay, so the project idea should be around this.
Yes, the project idea should be around this. You can make in the proposal, put in the proposal your idea about a specific topic in physics or chemical, but you are going to work details on this specific topic with the receiving organization.
Okay, just for a clarification question. So if I have an idea related to fundamental AI, which can be also used in material and the chemical domain, okay, is that possible to write a project idea?
Yes, of course. The main idea of this challenge is to focus on multimodal data and sequential data. But any application should have at least one use case to demonstrate the viability of the approach. And therefore, you should propose in your application the basic parts that you are intending to develop, and then propose a use case. That use case is going to be refined or maybe slightly modified by discussing with the coordinator of the test in the receiving organization.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Adina, for answering that question. And we also have a question from Ahmed. Please go ahead.
Hi. My question is about if there is any dedicated compute clusters for selected candidate that they can access and use during the project.
I'm sorry, Ahmed, is this related to a challenge then?
It's more of like I'm probably gonna apply for the adaptive AI challenge. So yeah, has the host institute or the project has any like extra compute that selected candidate can access and use?
Okay, so should we maybe ask Andon if he can answer?
I think I can answer generally, because obviously each of the challenges have been proposed by some of the partners. And of course, there are specific teams behind each of the challenges that would host the person. And so typically, especially on the ones related to deep learning, at least at the level of Telecom Paris, but also I think TUE, they do have compute infrastructure. But of course, there is nothing specific for the mobility call. But indeed, I'm fairly certain that each of them do have dedicated infrastructure that can be mobilized to assist in completing the challenge.
Okay, thank you.
I see that Kenneth has the hand raised again.
Yeah, thank you, Mariana. This is the question for you, I guess. So we said like the project can be 3 months to 6 months.
Yeah.
And how can we decide this? Is there any guideline or how to decide if the project, how much time the project needs?
That this is usually completely up to the applicant. So when you open the application form, you will have to decide how many months do you want to propose for the whole project. So this also has to do to the scope of what you are proposing. You have to kind of anticipate how much time you will need to complete all of the activities that you wish to propose.
Okay, thank you so much. And one more question, if there is no one. So now, for example, I'm a PhD candidate, I'm a PhD student, and I have my circular, etc. Like I'm enrolled at a university and a research institute. So I'm using some money from different projects. So is this creating a conflict between this project? Is there any, let's say, sorry, you shouldn't be getting money from any other EU projects for getting funded by ENFIELD? Is there any obligations like this?
From my understanding, no. So we will be giving you a mobility allowance, but obviously you can be getting funding for any other cost-related things from your university, for example.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you. Then we have another question from Li Wan.
I just have a quick question in terms like HCAI for 3, explainable AI for multimodal and sequential data analysis in physics and chemical process. So because we have a very strong alignment with this project, and I was wondering, like currently I'm in the institution as an RTO, and if I joined with this project, those knowledge can be, transferable to us, like open to us, because I will notice that they say it's an open source framework, blah, 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 like those like outcomes that can be transferable to our institutions.
Okay, so you were mentioning the human-centric challenges, right? So maybe Adina can help us with this one.
Yes, but if I understood correctly, the question is more general. The question was related to who is the owner of the results. If it is the ENFIELD project, or if the institution from which the candidate may own, or may not may own, but may use the results obtained. So is this the question? Did I understand correctly?
Yes, that is the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Then maybe Anna, can you help me with this one? I'm guessing this is intellectual property rights.
The results are shared between those that are engaged in the development of those research. So if it's jointly made with the host institutions, then this IPR would be discussed also within the exchange to determine if it stays only with the researcher or if it's something that has to be divided and shared with the host institution.
And thank you, Anna. And then we have a hand raised from Faisal Ahmed. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Actually, I am a researcher affiliated with an R&D company, but at the same time, I am a PhD student at a university. So my question is, am I eligible for this grant?
Yes, I believe so. However, your profile would have to be one or another. Am I right, Anna?
Yes, you would have to clarify what would be your position within this project. Okay. Nevertheless, besides the exchange scheme, ENFIELD is also promoting open calls for companies and SMEs. So please also stay tuned on that. It might be of interest.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, in that case, I can apply as a PhD student.
Yes, then if selected, you would have to present proof of the enrollment in the PhD program. Okay.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't think we have any more raised
Yes, we
hands.
do. We
Raised
have
hands?
questions. No, but questions we have.
Yes, of course.
So, Mariana, we have participants asking if they are allowed to visit other universities and if they can work with other non-ENFIELD people.
So I believe this would have to be agreed upon with your host institution. Obviously, you can be working with other partners or universities within the same topic of research, but this would be a different type of research other than your proposal to work with the host institution. So let me see if we have. Okay, we have a hand again. So Liwan, yes?
Yeah, sorry, the last question.
No problem.
Is that a senior researcher now in an RTO will be eligible to apply individually rather than need to be paired with a PhD candidate?
So yes, of course, you can apply individually as a senior researcher. Yes. I think some people are having trouble with the technical annex, and we are going to check the documentation again and see if there's any problems, and then we will upload it again. It seems like they aren't able to fill in the spaces. We will check on this. Thank you for pointing that out to us. There's also someone asking, Annabelle Glenda, for the overview of planned activities and timeline, can we use tables, Gantt charts, formats too? So since this, the forms is embedded on EU survey, and also you don't have, on the technical annex, you also have an answer box. You won't be able to insert any charts or any tables, only text. For mobility, will there be help in finding relevant host institution? So yes, the host organizations are already matched with the challenges and already answered this one. But just in case someone missed it. Yes, will it be fine if I have more questions and contact the host of the challenge through email? So you can send the questions to us at our general ENFIELD email box, and then we will redirect them to each of the hosts. I'm guessing that's it. Anna, am I missing any?
There's the one from Katerina that is asking if a letter of employment is sufficient to declare employment with a research institute. What documents are you required?
Yes, usually a letter of employment is sufficient to prove your relationship with or to prove your profile, either as a senior researcher or PhD or a postdoc. Right, Anna? Just to make sure.
Yes, but nevertheless, this type of documents are only to be submitted or delivered if the proposal gets selected. Okay.
Okay, perfect. I'm guessing then we answered all of the questions. I don't know if anyone.
Mohammed is asking if there are any specific positions for every topic. I'm not sure we were able to understand clearly your question, Mohammed Ashim. So if you can unmute and pose your question, it might be easier to answer. Can you hear us, Mohammed Ashim? I don't know what you mean by position, but as Mariana mentioned, this open call intends to select at least 19 researchers, which mean that is a lower number than the number of challenges that we have. So there is no minimum number of applications to be selected by challenge, okay? And I believe that this Bernd, Susha, you have your hand raised. Can you put your question, please?
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to ask if some other question pop up. Is there a method how to contact you? Does they email us?
Yes, please contact us via email if you have any questions. Our email is in our website.
Okay.
Thank you. So, does anyone else have any comments, any more questions? Otherwise, maybe we can conclude the meeting. Just a few seconds. Okay. I'm guessing no one else has a question for now. As we were saying, please contact us if you have any questions. We will be glad to help. We hope that this session was insightful for you and helpful. And we are obviously hoping that you apply to the ENFIELD third open call. We are very excited to see what kind of proposals will be funded this time. We have another question. Anastasia? No?
No, sorry, it was by accident.
No problem. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your availability. Yes, we have the email on the chat. Tiago was kind enough to put it there. If you need to copy it, you can do so now on the chat, but otherwise it will be on our website. Well, with no further ado, and if no one has any more questions, then I will bid you all a great day. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we hope to see your applications for this open call. Thank you so much. See you next time then.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.